We'll call the meeting of the Public Health, Safety, and Transportation Committee to order. It is October 24th, 2023, and it is 4 o'clock. Please call the roll.
Chairperson Mike Seville.
Here.
Vice Chair Bill Donnell.
Here.
Alderman John Lash.
Present.
Alderman Ted Meziakos.
Present.
Alderwoman Wani Garza.
Here.
All present.
Okay. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes,
Motion to approve.
23-0787. Approval of the minutes from the Public Health, Safety, and Transportation Committee held on September 26, 2023. It's been moved by Alderwoman Garza, second by Alderman Meziakos. Any corrections, additions, or deletions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried 5-0. Is there any members of the public wishing to comment this afternoon?
No, there are not.
Okay, we'll go to the agenda then. 23-0769, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to purchase fire hose from Air One Equipment of South Elgin, Illinois for the amount of $177,223. Welcome.
Good afternoon, committee, chair. My name is Matt Anslow. I'm the Sport Services Chief with the Aurora Fire Department. I'm an Assistant Chief. I'm here today to ask for your support in Resolution 23-0769 to purchase new fire hose using a FEMA AFG grant. That's a Assistant to Firefighter grant. This grant will cover 90% of the cost. I was through finance, but through the city council to get grant approval not too long ago. And this grant is going to cover 90% of the cost to replace all the fire hose older than 20 years that we have in service at the moment, which is the vast majority of our fire hose being used by the fire department today. The purchasing department sent this out to bid. That was open on September 20th of this year. The lowest responsible bidder was Air One of South Elgin at $177,223. This purchase will replace the vast majority of our three sizes of hose. We carry 1 3/4, 2.5 inch, and 4 inch hose. And again, that's anything older than 20 years that we have on our rigs, which is the vast majority of our hose. If you have any questions, I'm happy to try to answer them.
Any questions of Matt? Alderman Donnell?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Has hose technology changed in the last 20 years? What it's made out of or how it functions?
Terribly so. They are using a little bit more different fibers in the cotton sheath that the hose does come in. And it's a rubber sheeted hose. There hasn't been that much drastic technology changes. It has gotten a lot lighter.
So the colored hose I see in the pictures, that's been coated with rubberized, or are they all just cotton?
They're all cotton. Some of the colored stuff you see in the photographs is red. So we run our red line is our lower line, which is a way to very easily say more pressure on the red line, less pressure on the white line, that kind of thing. That just counts for our two pre-connects, and that's probably going to continue. We do know which hose you're on by the different. One has a fog stream, one has a straight stream on our pre-connects. After you get past that, and you're coming off the back of the rig, that's where you come in at your 2.5 inch supply or attack line.
Any plan for the old hose?
A lot of the old hose, because it is through the AFG grant, I believe we're going to end up donating it. A lot of it's going to go to Southern Kane to be dragged around up there. That's where we beat up a lot of our hose, but we'll donate it to fire protection districts and other people that have no means to purchase any hose.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Mr. Chairman, real quick.
So this is the first time they want to replace it, right?
So this will be the first time we're doing a full replacement of all of our hoses. We traditionally have purchased hose when a rig went in service, which the last fire engine we put in service was the mid-90s, I believe. So that puts it over 30 years old, roughly, right? So almost all of our hose is going to have to get replaced. Some of it has been replaced recently. The 1 3/4 line, the stuff we use the most, gets burned up, gets melted, stuff like that. It does happen. Ends up getting a tear, whatever. So we end up replacing that stuff, that size hose line, and we will retain the newer stuff. But I'm sorry, what was the question again?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, well, if they need it, they need it.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, it is
I understand.
past its lifetime.
It's a need.
Oh, yes, when is
Yes,
it?
and, no, my question was only if they have to replace, like I'm saying, every 20 years or every,
So
it
going
depend on the
forward.
use?
Yes, it
what
depends.
it is?
It depends on the use. We test it every year, and it gets
Okay.
tested. So we know when a hose is bad, but you never know if it's really gonna go until it
Yeah,
goes.
until they send use.
Right, until it actually pops, which is quite an interesting experience, to be standing near one when it lets go, and it actually ruptures, so.
But that's good, to keep in track.
Yeah, and then moving forward, we'll be
Like the
replacing it.
observation, if it's in a good condition, if it's not, so replace it.
Right, it's hard to
Yeah,
tell.
Okay.
Alderman Lesh?
First of all, thank you for pursuing the grant. That's a huge financial lift.
Yes.
And then second, can I just understand the grant process better? Because I think I send these grants over to the Alderman's office to forward, but the chief explained that you guys use an outside vendor to sort of scan for these grants. I just want to
Yes,
understand
we
the
do.
future.
We do have a
So I don't
grant-
waste his time or mine, but also to understand the process.
We do have a grant writer that goes out and actually looks for them. And I'm not exactly sure on the cost, but it is minuscule when you look at what we're receiving. The last grant we received was for our SCBA's, and that was like, I want to say $800,000. So when you look at that scope of work, we're not going after that $10,000 grant, which is good, don't get me wrong. Every grant's great, right? But with these larger grants, it's definitely worth having a professional writer write it. So they know exactly what they're looking for, they know exactly what to write in. So,
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Second,
And moved by Alderman Donnell, second by Alderman Garza. Any further questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried, 5-0. Thank you. Any other business to come before the PHS&T? Not a motion for adjournment is in order. It's been moved by Alderwoman Garza, second by Alderman Lesh to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried. We are adjourned at 4:08 PM. Thank you, one and all.